What's up YouTube, Tech Guy Hodge here, and this is just a video regarding what was announced today in Google I/O. This is not going to be a recap. I'm not going to run through what they announced and stuff. You can find, well, just about every other tech YouTuber doing that. What I'm planning to do is more of a rundown of what I think of the stuff that was announced. So if you don't know what was announced, I'll put a link below of John Palakers. I'm sure he's done an overview. If not, I'll find someone else who did a recap, so you can watch that if you want. But basically, Jelly Bean was announced at Google I/O, which everyone was, I think, expecting to be Android 5.0, but it was actually Android 4.1. But I'll be honest with you, for a 4.1 update, it was quite a big update because I don't know, I just felt personally that it was quite a decent upgrade from what we had at the moment with Ice Cream Sandwich. But moving on from that, the thing I really liked is it's more fluid, it's more smooth. They were calling it, I think it was Project Butter or something, or Butter Project. It's either called Project Butter or Butter Project, one of those two. And that was just a play on words to how smoothly Jelly Bean was running on the devices that they showed. It was running on the Nexus S, I believe. Nexus S? Yeah, Nexus S. If it's not that, I'll correct it in my editing, annotations and all the rest of it. But anyway, so Android Jelly Bean looks, I think it looks really good. It's got, well, let me talk about, see, I always jump topic to topic, but anyway, I'm not looking at this just as Jelly Bean, the one that we saw at Google I/O. I'm talking about Android when it first started out and how it's progressed on to the point we are at with it today. If people remember Jelly Bean, Android in general, when it first started out, was quite, it was a bit of a slow system. It was quite laggy. There was stuff that wasn't right with it. It crashed a lot, still does. Sometimes, depends on what you do with it to make it crash. But with what I saw in Google I/O with Jelly Bean, Android has come a very long way, and I mean a very long way. And there will be Apple fanboys that will say, oh, they're miles behind from Apple. But don't forget, Apple started out with grids. They're still at grids. They started out with swiping screens. They're still with grids. They're still at that. In terms of an overhaul of the operating system, I give props to Android for what they've done with Jelly Bean. This is why a lot of people are, even Apple people that like myself, who love, I wouldn't say I love Apple. Love is a strong word. But people that enjoy using Apple products more, even they'd agree with the fact that Apple needs to really bump up its game. Maybe even overhaul the iOS that they run on their phones. And I mean, I don't know if you can you see it? Let me just unplug it. I mean, on this guy, right? On the iPad, you would not okay, they wanted it to be grids because it was easier for people to understand it coming from iPhones. But I mean, look how big this screen is. It's like nearly a 10-inch screen, right? It's like a 10-inch screen, and what is it full of? It's just icons. Icons, icons, icons. Yes, I've only got 2 pages because I use folders quite a lot. But you get what I mean? It's a waste of space. There's a lot more you can do with this. And that brings me on nicely to the next thing that they announced. And like I said, I know you're probably thinking, why are you not telling me what's in Android Jelly Bean, which you like so much? Well, like I said, it's not a recap. This is just me saying what I liked about the operating system that they showed. It's very fluid, and I mean very. They showed a video, I'll put links of it below where you can watch it, where they showed a very high, and when I say very, I mean very high-end video camera, which records at something like some crazy frame rates, like 300 or something frames per second. And they showed how fluidly and quickly Jelly Bean works in comparison to Ice Cream Sandwich. Now, the way they did this was they slowed the footage down so you could see, it was like millisecond by millisecond how long each transaction takes. And Jelly Bean just won that totally. It was very fluid, very smooth. I saw no problems with it, to be honest. And so, like I was saying, iOS really need to bump up the game. Okay, maybe not on the phone, but on the tablet at least you've got a lot of space. And like I said, that brings me on nicely to the next thing that they announced, which was pretty much predicted by the rumors. Now, my friend on YouTube, PDTechHD, he made a video about an article that he saw online leaking images that were presumably, that were presumably the new tablet from Android. And that article was spot on. Google introduced a new tablet called the Nexus 7 tablet, and as again the rumors predicted, it was made by ASUS, and it's not a big tablet that a lot of Android tablets are these days. It's a 7-inch tablet. Now, this is what came to me when I first heard this. What came to me was, do you remember the last time there was a 7-inch tablet? Playbook, anyone? But that's a different story, right? Because I don't know, BlackBerry and the Playbook, they just didn't know how to market that thing. They had no target market at all. It's like, seriously, I think they just put it out there and hoped for the best. Whereas Android and Google have to make sure that they market this very, very well to not any certain markets, but make adverts and promotions such that every target market thinks and feels that this tablet is for them. The same way Apple does it. And this is not me being favorites or anything, just an example of how Google can approach this. Like, Apple don't specify any, they don't target any kind of market, but the adverts they make, the promotions they do, when someone watches that, they're like, I need that I need that kind of portability, I need that kind of software integration and so forth in my life, and the iPad can help me. Same with the Nexus 7. If Google with partner, they're the same. If Google market this really well, they are onto a winner. They are onto a very, very, very good competitor to the iPad. And I'm not gonna say iPad killer because I think the iPad is different. Other tablets are different. You shouldn't say, that's like me saying, let me think of an example. Okay, cameras. Like, you don't ever hear the term, oh, this is the Canon 60D killer by Nikon or anything like that, do you? So why with tablets? Why? I mean, we don't call Macs PC killers, do we? Well, some fanboys might, but I respect both platforms. They both have their pros and cons, respectively. So, the tablet looks really good. This isn't a bad point because this is the way the iPad runs. It's basically Jelly Bean on a bigger screen, but again, because of that 7-inch display, you get a lot more real estate. you can, and because Android are amazing when it comes to customization, the stuff you could do with that tablet is endless. You could do a lot with it. Like, because of the widgets and because they automatically resize, you could customize that thing to your heart's content. And then they showed Google Glasses. And they showed a guy jumping out of a plane wearing wearing the Google Glasses, and he jumped out of the plane, and this was amazing because he was live streaming using the Google Glasses exactly what he was seeing while he was jumping. Now that's what you call a marketing promotion. That stole the show. I was in a live stream with PD Tech HD, with the tech guy. I'll put their Twitter links below or something. And we were blown away by what we saw. It was an amazing promotional stunt that they did, and it literally stole the show. Now Google Glasses are very expensive, $1,500. I don't have that kind of money to spend on glasses. The best I've got is probably these. That to me is enough for glasses. I don't want to look like a Terminator when I'm walking around London. Thank you very much. I think Google Glasses I think it's a very expensive gimmick. The same way a lot of people say Siri is a gimmick on the iPhone. You have a bit of fun with it, then you never bother using it afterwards. The one thing I can really see Google Glasses being good for is vloggers. Because now, you don't have to have a camera showing you and where you're going. You can just have literal, the way you're seeing it, vlogger vision. If that's a word. Sorry, vlogger vision. But yeah, coining that term, that's mine. No one can take that now. I'm trademarking vlogger vision. Android, if you want to use that to market Google Glasses, go for it. But yeah, so I think this is a very good thing for vloggers. They need to price it a bit better. Personally, that's too expensive. Now, there are people out there that can't afford that can spend $1,500 on a pair of glasses that make them look like the Terminator, minus the red eye. But it's too much. It's a good concept. It's a good gimmick. Might wear off in a while. So that's basically what I think of the Google I/O event. Sorry if this ran on a bit. Like I said, if you want more of what was announced, more of a recap of the event, I'll put some video links below of YouTubers that made recap videos. So I'll see you again another time in another video. By the way, a bit of a side note, I'm trying this kind of setup of making my videos where rather than seeing me through my iMac, which you've normally done, I did try recording a few videos with my Canon 600D, but because of lighting it didn't come out that good. So this is a new kind of angle, you could call it, where I'm trying to record with this kind of an angle, so you get more of my, well, not my room, it's just my desk really, but you get the lighting. I think the lighting looks better in the screen, I don't know. So let me know what you think of this kind of setup, if this is better, or whether you prefer it the way it's normally been done through this big guy back here. So yeah, let me know, and I'll see you again, like I said, another time in another video.